Hey guys, it's Alicia Soecal with Alicia & Company at Long & Foster, and today I am here with my good friend Amy Magorian. She is the mortgage lender with Towne Bank Mortgage, our local hometown bank mortgage company, which we love to work with. And Amy is gracious enough to come here and talk with me because right now we have a lot of first-time home buyers.
Right.
Even people that are buying and moving up, right? You don't buy necessarily tons and tons of homes every day. And I wanted to kind of just introduce you and kind of have a basic talk about why I always tell people, call Amy first or call your lender first to get those numbers, find out what you're pre-qualified for, or get a scenario so that we have a budget to work with. Because we were just talking about inventory is low, so I need to know my parameters when I help you guys find houses, right?
Right.
So number one question is, how much money do I need to buy a house?
Correct.
What are closing costs? I think people hear zero down, that, they can get teachers grants and all that kind of BHGA stuff. What does all that mean real quick? And what should people expect when they give you a call to say, Amy, I want to buy a house?
So the first thing is that there's no better time than right now to be buying a house. With interest rates as low as they are, now is the time. And
Sorry.
that's okay.
Okay.
Interest rates are at an all-time low. So if you're not out there looking, you should be.
Okay.
So if you've never bought a house, and you should be out there looking.
I've shared countless of articles showing the differences when a rate's like even just a point higher, that
Right.
it's hundreds of dollars of difference that are going to nothing because the rates are higher, correct?
Right.
So you could potentially afford a lot more house if you buy at a lower rate,
Correct.
but have the same payment.
Exactly. And if you are school teacher, responder,
Paramedic, fireman, firefighter. We have
Right.
doctor's loan. You do the doctor's
Exactly.
loans. Okay.
now's the time to get out there and start looking, because BHDA just came out with another grant program in conjunction with the Federal Home Loan.
Okay.
And they're giving $8,000 for first-time home buyers.
And they don't have to pay that back, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
So if you have not owned a home, now is the time to be out there looking for a house. So $8,000 can help you with your down payment, can
Correct.
help you with the closing costs.
Okay.
So the first thing that you want to do is call a lender and get pre-qualified.
Yes.
So you want to be able to get your W-2s together, your your W-2s, your pay stubs, and make sure you know what your credit score is.
Okay.
And if you don't know, then you need to get with your lender. Your credit score is going to be different than your Credit Karma. And,
okay.
those credit scores are different than your mortgage credit score. So
we need to specify that. So there's a mortgage credit score that you guys pull. That's
right.
completely different than what you would just find online.
Right.
Correct. Okay. So we need to make sure to have that because it determines what your rate is. Correct.
That's right.
Okay.
And it determines whether you're going to be able to get your grant funds
Oh,
from BHDA.
Okay.
Because your Credit Karma, your Discover,
Yeah.
whatever you get on your online,
Yeah.
those FICO scores are different than you get with your hard pull mortgage.
Okay.
So that's the first step, is to get in touch with a lender and get your credit score.
Okay. Yeah.
That's going to determine everything that you do in getting a mortgage. So that's the first step. Get in touch with the loan officer and get your credit done.
Which would be you.
Right. And because if you can't do it, we need to do credit repair
Okay.
and get you in line to get it done.
So I want to pause there because I have a lot of people that say I want to buy a house maybe in a year or 2 years from now. It would still be a great idea to get with you to find out where they're at. And if they do need to do credit repair or something to put them in a better position, you can get them ready to go.
Right.
Correct? Okay.
Yes. We are very fortunate at Towne Bank Mortgage because we have a department that does credit rescore.
Oh, okay.
That's our whole department.
Yes.
So when we get a credit report and they need to have credit repair, we shoot it right to the department and they simulate it, and they will do the simulation. They send it right back and they say, give us a little outline
Yeah.
and say, this is 4 things. This is what they need to do to get their credit score where it needs to be.
Okay.
And then I send it to the customer and say, this is what you need to do. This is your roadmap to getting your credit score to 620, 640, 660, whatever it needs to be to get that program. So, and the time frame, it may be 1 month, it may be 2 months, it may be 6 months.
Okay.
So the idea is what they need to do in the time frame that they need to do it.
Okay.
So you don't want to delay because you want to be in position to get you where you need to be in the time frame. It might
Okay.
not be now. The whole thing is it might not be now, it's when can I get there.
Okay.
So
Good rule of thumb.
right.
So I always tell people if there's a money question to call a lender because I can't answer. I know the basics, but I don't know. There's all different loans. There's FHA. There's conventional. People seem to think you need 20% down, which is not the case.
Right.
It's always great because then you don't have the
PMI,
mortgage insurance,
right.
correct? But there's other ways around things, and so it's really important that people understand you need to do the background work first before you open doors and go in and having all that fun because that's
Right.
hard. People want to go have fun and open doors, but they don't understand there is the first step, and I want to make sure people understand clearly. That is why we say call a lender. That is why we want you, because we don't want you to fall in love with a house that you can't afford.
Exactly.
And then it's hard to go backwards, right? It's hard to
Right.
say like, oh, I
Well,
wanted this
nobody wants
house.
to be
and-
disappointed.
Yeah.
And so there's so many programs out there. With VA, you don't have to have any money down.
Okay.
And so
Yeah,
there's-
and then they not supposed to charge certain fees, right, for
right,
VA loans.
if they get
correct.
VA disability, you don't
Okay.
have to pay the funding fee. With VHDA, if their income is below the limits, they don't have to have any money down.
Okay.
With conventional, there are programs if your credit score is high enough that you only have to have 3% down.
Wow.
So there are so many programs that will allow you to put less than 5% down.
And then you kind of run all the scenarios with them, right? You don't just pigeonhole someone and say,
No.
this is what you should do. You kind of give them options and let them kind of make that
Right,
decision.
that's
okay.
what we're doing. That
Okay.
we run all these different scenarios and say these are your choices, and then we let them choose.
Okay.
Everybody always wants to get in with the least amount of money and
Yeah.
the lowest payment. Well,
Yeah.
you can't do that.
Yeah.
That would be the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Get in with the least amount and the lowest payment.
But you have to figure out
Right.
what's the sweet spot for you,
Right.
payment-wise every month and how much money down, right?
Correct.
So, and then one of the other things I want to say from a past loan that you handled is that your underwriting is all in-house.
Correct.
So it's not sent to some facility or someplace out of state, and you're able to walk and handle situations that may arise or clarify questions, which is a lot bigger than you people realize because it's not just your credit score and your W-2s, but there's sometimes questions that come up
Right.
that need to be answered. So it is really helpful to have someone like yourself that can keep an eye on the loan and make sure
Right.
nothing backfires so we close on time, right?
Correct. Yep.
So, or what they call it, funding day, so the money comes.
That's right.
So, but I really appreciate you taking a minute to talk with us, and I
I'm
wanted people to
happy to
see
do
your
it.
face, and just so you know, when I tell you guys that you give me a call, hey, my friend wants to buy a house, or we're ready. This is why I send people to call their lender first.
Right.
And Amy's wonderful with Towne Towne Bank Mortgage, but I know everybody has their people as well, and that's fine too. But I would, definitely give her a chance to give you a quote, and I've had great success with her in the past and currently going on right now. So thanks so much for tuning in, and if you have any questions on houses in the market, give me a call, and if you got questions about mortgages, give this
That's
Amy
right.
a call. All right, talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Thank you.